good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your friend Han. It is great to see you here tonight. And tonight I'm very excited to share with you a awesome list building plugin. Okay, this one is a bit different. This is actually gonna let a subscriber promoting your squeeze page for you. Another way to say this is let your subscriber to get more fans, more people come to your list. Once you set up, you're almost like it has this exponential format thing going on here. And the name of the product is called the Viral Optins. And I happen to get the product creator. His name is Wilco. Doing a excellent interview here with us. He's going to share just a unique method of growing your list virally, exponentially. He's also going to talk about his struggle a little bit and how he got it, doing list building wasn't not successful. What's the wrong way to doing it? What is the right way to doing it? You're going to learn tons of great stuff. Without saying, building lists should be absolutely the main focus. It doesn't matter you're doing affiliate marketing, offline marketing, or anything. You need to capture the leads. So the money is on the list, and you need to just kind of have that sink to your brain. And if you're not capturing any leads yet, if you want to get more leads, this is an excellent thing to get. And also, you're gonna learn tons. What's most important right now is you're gonna learn tons of great content in this interview video. So watch it and learn it. And at the end of this interview, you're gonna watch a short, very short demo how this plugin works, all that great stuff. So stay tuned, watch that as well. And until next time, this is your friend Han. Keep smiling. Talk to you soon. Cheers. Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and this is your friend Han here. It is great to see you here today. And today I'm very excited to introduce to you another excellent warrior, and his name is Wilco. And Wilco is an excellent plugin developer, also an excellent internet marketer as well. He's going to share a unique technique he used to build his list virally. He actually have his subscribers promoting his list for him. He has this unique trick that very few people share with you. So he's going to share that in this interview, and also some other viral list building technique as well. And at the end of this interview, he's going to share exactly how you too can do the same by sharing his unique plugin that's going to coming out tomorrow. So you be sure to take a lot of notes. And before we get into it, let's learn how Wilco got started with his internet marketing, but most importantly, what did exactly he do to achieve a level of success he has today. So Wilco, would you kind of take over the mic and share your unique internet marketing story with us today?
Yes, sure, no problem. First of all, hi, glad to be here. Well, it started, I think, quite a few years already back, but I'm from the Netherlands, as you can hear. I'm not a native English speaker. So obviously I started, sorry?
Me neither.
No, I know, but your English is still really good compared to mine. So yeah, obvious choice for me was to start in the Netherlands instead of in the US market or in the English-speaking market. And here in the Netherlands, it's much easier to get some traffic, cheaper and everything. But it's also fairly limited in terms of what you can do. So from the start, I always knew that I should actually do something abroad, and I was hearing all those people saying you need to do list building, but for me that was still something I really couldn't reach. When I was trying to build a list, and I was trying to for example to use paid traffic, I used AdWords, I used Facebook ads, but every time I needed to spend a lot of money just to get my list. But then at the same time I got some subscribers, but then it was still really hard for me to make that profitable, or at least for me it was. So I was always trying, but for me it was something. It was. I think maybe also because of my language, it was really hard for me to get some success in the US market and build some lists that actually made me money. So I tried a bunch of stuff. I think like I said, I tried paid traffic, but I also tried a lot of all sort of tools. I'm someone who likes to test all the tools that I see out there and see what works and what doesn't. And for example, some of the tools that I used, I think many of you you know them already is, for example, pay with a tweet or share to get access and stuff like that. So people would actually share something instead to get in order to get something. And I was seeing how that would work, but I could get some extra people on my list, but it never really grew. You know, instead of if I was sending traffic and X amount of people would subscribe, then I would just get a few extra just because someone by accident posted it on Facebook, and so but that actually got me thinking, because what most people did when I was asking my friends about, when someone sees a share to access or tweet out to access, what a lot of people do, they use an old Facebook account or they just post it and delete it right after because they already get the freebie. So I started to think, well, I knew that social media was big, but that was also something that I was, for me it was hard to really get it going, except for Facebook ads, but that was so expensive that, you know, you have to ask yourself whether that's something you want to do. So I asked myself, how can I make sure that people will actually post it on their Facebook or on Twitter, or more, even better, on both, or maybe even on other places as well, without, how could I achieve it? Because if you would get them to do exactly that, then they would actually, I would have potentially have a traffic source that is free and would get me a lot of traffic. So yeah, that's actually how I with that idea in mind, I did some tests, and I think that when I figured out a way to make that work, I think that was my first success to build my list and actually build a big list without spending money on it. So yeah, I could go on and on about my story. I think, long story short, I tried a bunch of tools. I'm someone who loves to test all those things, and I like to combine creative ideas and put them all together. And I think after a long time of testing and trying, I finally, I can say I did it, or yeah.
Awesome. That's kind of successful story we like to hear. So let's talk about list building a little bit. Let's first talk about what those who are just kind of come to the internet marketing arena. Why is it so important to have even build your list? Why? You know, I telling my subscribers and my friends that, you know, the first day you start internet marketing, you need to start building your list. So so in your opinion, why is it so important to even get to list building?
To be completely honest with you, it was a mystery for me as well for a long time. Even when I started, I just did it because everybody said I should, and I was like, well, I should build a list, sure. And then people ask me why. Well, I should because the money is in the list. Are you making any money with the list? No, but it's in the list somehow. So I wasn't really sure whether it actually was. So when I actually managed to build a list, and the first time I sent my product out, I had a product, and it was really a fairly small list. And I had no idea whether it would work. And I sent out one email saying, well, this is my product, you can buy it. And I had no idea. And within the first week, I made more than $10,000. And literally, and that was for me, at the time, it was a lot of money. So I was like, the money is actually in the list, because I sent one email, and then later on I discovered that when you do it right, you know, you can tap into a lot more. So, well, everybody's saying it, but for me, I had to experience it before to truly believe it.
Yeah. The number one mistake I made was when I first started, I did not build a list. I was doing SEO, sending organic traffic into affiliate sites, and I was pretty happy about that because it was very successful with it. But then I kind of over time it involves like, you know what, that one person comes to my site and they might or might not purchase something, but they leave. There's no way I can contact them again. But if you have them on your list, you can contact them as long as they're still on your list. So that's a much better strategy. So shortly I started building my list, and I kind of had the same sort of success like yours. So so I've been telling people who are trying to get their first list started as soon as they have any kind of traffic to anything, just capture leads. If you think from a business standpoint of view, is leads is like a bloodhood of your business. You don't have leads, you don't have business anymore. So the one thing that, if an offline or online business always need is new leads and new people come to your funnel. So you gotta kind of be smart and start building a list if you haven't do so. And obviously, building a list, you have, different techniques and different ways. Some people use solo, sometimes some people using swaps, some people are just using, free giveaways. What is your experience with the list building techniques that has worked well for you? And mention something that just totally has no results whatsoever, people should totally avoid.
Well, for me, I think what I've been trying to do the most, I think, and that's because I got at least some success with it from the start, is giving away freebies. For me, that always a request. To be honest, I tried solos once, but I think it's really time consuming if you want to be successful at solos, or you're spending a lot of money or just wasting your money. So for me, I think either free giveaways as well as PR. So yeah, combined with a free giveaway. So if I have a really good giveaway and I'm trying to make it approachable also for the mainstream public, and then I'm trying to get some bloggers to write about it. So it's still about a freebie, but also doing PR, trying to mail out to a lot of bloggers and hoping that they will actually blog about it. So I get free traffic from them as well as sort of a start for that list.
So talking about, you mentioned something very unique that nobody else is talking about here, which is the PR factor. So how do you, let's say you are giving some sort of stuff away, how do you contact another blogger in your same niche or something? How do you entice them to either mail for you or write a blog post about that? And because I would think some people would think they kind of reluctant to do that. So what was your technique to get people to get more words out of your free giveaways?
Well, it's actually something that has a couple of steps for me. First thing, there are always in your space, there are always bloggers that are waiting for some content to blog about. They're, the smaller blogs. First, contact them and say beforehand, even before you're launching, and say, well, I got this. You want to blog about it, and you give them early access, and they're feeling honored because they're getting early access to whatever you're offering, and chances are that they're actually willing to blog about it. So once you have that, you have some social proof to other bloggers that are less easy to convince, and say right after that they blogged on the day of launch, because they don't want delayed news, they want hot news, which is on the same day. So you contact them and you say, well, look, these guys already blogged about it, it's really popular, I already got X amount of tweets, put some social proof. And then they're like, wait a second, if they're blogging, because in the end they're all copying each other. So what I try to do is go to the smaller blogs first and then go to the bigger ones. And I actually have one really good trick for your audience as well, which worked out for me. If you want to get a bigger blog with a lot of writers, don't write to the editor, to the normal PR email address that they have, and they'll just sort it out themselves. Go to their site and check whether there are articles which are related, and then email to the exact person who wrote that article. He's the one who's interested. So that's you have a higher chance that he will actually blog about it. And secondly, if he doesn't, you can still email one of the other people who's blogging for the same audience, for the same blog. With if you get one rejection, doesn't mean that that's it. You can still try at some other blogs, and that's how I even got mentioned on sites like Mashable and the Next Web and sites like that. So I think that those are some good tips for your audience right here.
That is an awesome tip that nobody else has ever taught us in my interview before. So as someone just kind of starting out, they shouldn't be afraid saying, I'm too small, nobody knows me. You can just approach them just like as if you were big shots, just like, hey.
Or as a startup, they love startups. Pretend that you're a startup, saying,
startup.
Just even create a team page on your page saying that, like even if you had, pretend you're a startup, and then because they love to write about startups. Startups are hot and cool right now in the blogger scene, so I think that that's a good idea as well.
Okay, awesome. That's a great way to get traffic and backlinks from one of the authorities that are going to get a lot of free traffic. Yes, it's an awesome technique. And what is the one thing or two things that you have done before that just for people just want to build lists right now, should totally not to do or kind of watch out for? Are there any kind of scam out there as far as building lists they need to watch out for? Or some techniques just totally did not work out for you?
Well, yeah, at some point you can, if once you see that the money is in the list, you can get dollar signs in your eyes and you're thinking, I should squeeze everything out, and you're not personal to your list anymore. You don't think as your list as a person anymore. So don't ever forget that you're still emailing to a person. So every single email that I write, I think about what if I would send this email to my neighbor or to a certain person. So just keep the human factor there. So first thing, don't ever lose the human touch, I would say. Secondly, well, yeah, well, this is actually just a really stupid thing that I did in the early days. I wrote my email title and I wrote something like, hey guys, blah, blah, blah. I would just, and then I got a lot of angry emails saying, oh, we're women as well. We're also on your list. Why only to the guys? And that's just, even though I was targeting males, don't ever forget that your email list could be broader than the audience that you have in mind. So always keep things open and don't focus too much on what you think your audience is, but keep an open mind to who is at the other end of your emails. I think those are.
I think I had a similar experience when I was at early stage of list building. And I sent out email title say, "Hey dude," and I got a whole bunch of people coming back after that.
I know, dude. Exactly.
So yeah, similar to that. So and that's how you learn, though. I mean, when people say, "How do you do email marketing?" Is you actually can't be afraid to make mistake like that, because when you get people writing angry email like that, you know, hey, this is something I should stop doing. And
exactly.
It's called get the feeling of your list. Like, is there certain things you send out they're gonna absolutely love, and there's certain things you send out that they're gonna absolutely hate. And unfortunately, the only way to really get a feel of your list is trying out, you know, what works, what doesn't work. And over time, you just know exactly what they want and what they need, and you know exactly how to please them. So don't let the, you know, stuff like that stopping you from sending one single email. You know, that would be kind of silly. You gotta have the guts to face rejections and angry emails. But that's just how you learn. I mean, that's how every one of us learn, grow out of it. So let's talk about the how do you use exactly using the viral traffic, because you're doing something here different here. Let's just kind of review the technique that you are currently using that I don't see anybody else that's using right now to not only get that subscriber, but get that subscriber even give you more audience to promote more of this free offer that you have. I think that was kind of pretty cool when I first saw that. So would you be kind of like kind of just do a general walkthrough? What are you doing here, and that's work out pretty well for you?
Yeah, sure. So let me just first go back to the idea that the things that I was testing: share with the tweet, share to like, etc. So people were actually tweeting or sharing on Facebook, but they were using either old Facebook accounts or they just delete the message, and they definitely will not post it on Twitter and on Facebook will just post it at one place. So then I started me thinking, well, how can I make sure that they will actually post it on all the social media networks, and they would not only just posted something, but they would actually post something that would actually they would actually try to convince their friends and all the people around them to actually go to my website. So how could I do that? So that's when I came up to making it measurable. So not just to say, well, this is the link and post it on Twitter, but I'm actually saying, well, you have your own link, your own personal link, and only if for example an X amount of your friends sign up to my website, then you get access to whatever sort of freebie I had to offer. So if I had something to offer and people would go to my website, they would say, oh, that's awesome, you know, I want to have that freebie. They would enter to my list, obviously, and then they would automatically see the URL saying so their own personal tracking URL, so that we could measure how many of their friends also signed up. And then at the very first test, I just said, well, the more people you subscribe, the earlier you will get access. And I was hoping, obviously it was a test, I was hoping that people would post it on Twitter and on Facebook and they would not delete the message. But the truth is that I was actually blown away because they were not only posting it on Twitter and on Facebook and their other, but I actually saw a lot of people going to other blogs and write blog comments with a link to my website and posted it on forums as well with a link to my website, and not only just posting a link somewhere, but actually saying, oh, this is so cool, you should subscribe. And I'm like, what? This actually really works, because they knew that the only way to get access to the freebie I had to offer, the only way to get that is if X amount of people would actually subscribe to my list through their personal URL or their personal link. So that's something amazed me, because they won't just posted it once, but they were posting it wherever they can just to get people to my list. They were effectively promoting my website for me, and it was just an awesome thing to learn and to discover that if you're offering something for free and it's good, people will actually are willing to do stuff for you just to get something in return for that. So don't expect them to promote your website and, well, I just like to do that. They expect something in return, they expect something of value. So if you promise them something of value, they will actually, it won't be a problem for them to promote your website for you. And that's actually that, when I first discovered that, it was really, really good. I think that's still simply put, but it was amazing.
So for those who are listening to us right now, basically he has a two-step process. He has the opt-in page, just like, every other kind of opt-in thing. So once the subscriber go to his list, then he's going to ask him, hey, if you like, something like, if you like the free guide or free stuff you like, I got something even 10 times better. But in order to get it, you got a referral, I don't know, for argument's sake, 4 other friends or 10 other friends. Then you can get the, the higher value free gifts. And so these people are really motivated. First of all, they read the free guide or something, they're already liking it, or they're really happy that you were receiving a gift. And secondly, they're gonna give their own sort of like affiliate link or referral link. Referral link that it doesn't cost them money to get to the higher value, but to share the message. So they are like just like I guess that once you give something very free and very nice content, they always want that higher value item. So that motivates them to go out there and basically be your salesperson for you and post everywhere. I don't think it's just gonna post on viral, Facebook, Twitter, but it's gonna also, like he said, blog comments and forums, and some people might even write press releases about it and articles about it and post everywhere, so they can get that free, higher value item. So I guess the key is you gotta have to structure the offer right. The front offer that is great content, good stuff, but the second one has to be so good enough for all this, but just absolutely dying to have it, right?
Should be willing to pay for it, but then they'll get it for free in return for it. If it's good enough that they would pay for it, then you have some real value on your hands, and that's good enough to.
Okay, so it's like it has to be something you're the only person have that they cannot get anywhere else, right?
Yeah, definitely. Because if you're just getting some article that's somewhere on the internet, you would say, I will give this to you if you would promote my website. Then why would they promote your website if they could just type it in Google and they would have the exact same result? Because they're obviously they're still human and they're looking for the easiest way. And if you're giving something unique, the easiest way to get that is to promote your website. Okay. People are always trying to get the easiest way. So if the easiest way is to get it somewhere else because it's just a free article that everybody else can get, chances are they won't go after the way, because it's easier to have to look for an alternative than it is to promote your website. But if it's unique and if it has value, or they think that it has value, then they will definitely go after to promote your website in order to get the freebie that you're offering.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's talk about your product for tomorrow here. Let's talk about the name of the product, time to launch, and who's going to really benefit for. And if we have time, let's talk about the OTO as well.
Awesome. Yeah. So the name is Viral Optins, and it's obvious. The name is quite obvious. I think it's an opt-in plugin. So what it does, first of all, we're going live on Tuesday at 12 p.m. at noon EST. That should be tomorrow. And like I said, Viral Optins, and what it does is at first it's a list building plugin, so you can create opt-in forms at your website. So if you have a website, if you have a WordPress website, if you want to create sidebars, or you want to create an opt-in box in a widget, or you want to create a pop-up, so a nice pop-up at your website, as soon as someone comes at your website, they see a pop-up with the opt-in form, or if you want to have an opt-in form right below all your WordPress blogs, for example, that's something that this plugin does. And that's, of course, that's only the first part of the magic, because at first they look like normal opt-in boxes. So someone sees something that you're offering, for example, you're offering an ebook, or you're offering a video, or you're offering some sort of freebie in order to get access. So people, at this point, it still works the same way. So people see it and they enter the name and they click enter, and it goes automatically to your orders, to your Aweber or MailChimp or whatever you're using. But right as soon as they do that, they'll get a pop-up saying, well, if you want to get access to, and then you can enter your more valuable freebie. If you want to get access to this other freebie that you have, then you can have it, but this is your own personal URL. These are social media buttons to share it. And once you have enough people, once you have, for example, 5 people to refer to subscribe to our website, then you will get auto access to this freebie, and we actually will email it to you as soon as you have. To make it easier, you get those opt-in forms in a sidebar, as a widget, as a pop-up, below content, or on top of your WordPress blogs, everywhere where you want. You can customize all the themes. We have a bunch of themes already included. You can change all the colors, but you can also upload your own HTML themes if you want to use your own designs. And then people will actually opt in. They will automatically see the viral pop-up, which will give them their own personal referral URL. And they can start promoting your website right away. So that's Viral Optins, and I think it's great for everybody that has a WordPress website, and I think most of you have, at least if you have a website, it's on WordPress, I guess. So we also have a great OTO, which is actually another WordPress plugin, which is called Viral Squeeze. And I think if you really want this to go viral, I'd say get a squeeze page, because first let me tell you what Viral Squeeze is. It's the same technology. You can create a squeeze page which is fully responsive. So if you look at it at an iPad or your mobile phone, works exactly right. It fits into your screen, which is obviously good, because if people share it on Facebook, odds are that people will see it on their mobile. So it's fully responsive, and it's beautifully designed, and it works the exact same way. So people opt in. It goes to your Aweber, it goes to your MailChimp, or whichever service you're using. And then right at the same moment, they'll get their own URL, and they will get to see they'll get to see what they will get after they subscribe an X amount of people to your list. And I think why Viral Squeeze is so powerful is that, well, it's actually a bit of math. It might be a bit boring, but if you have an opt-in form at your website, it will convert it, perhaps, for example, at 5%, just saying, 5%. If you have a squeeze page, it might convert at 40%, for example.
Oh,
So sorry?
I say, oh wow.
Yeah, yeah. So 5% versus 40%. So for example, someone subscribes to either at your website and at an opt-in form, or at your squeeze page. And let's say you have an X amount, you have 100 visitors and 5 visitors. Sorry, it's for the boring part. I'll make it quick. So 5 people subscribe at your usual website, and then from those 100 person, 40 people subscribe at your squeeze page, because the conversion is obviously higher. And you might say, well, 5% versus 40% is just 35% difference. But the thing is, those 5 persons will actually go out to promote your website to an X amount of people. But those 40 persons will do the same thing. So those 40 persons will actually have a lot bigger audience, and they will have a lot bigger audience. So I won't get you all the other math, but the thing is, the higher your conversion, so a squeeze page has a higher conversion, the more likely you are that it will actually go viral because it works exponential. It's not just the opt-ins that you get, but they will subscribe, they will send more traffic your way. You will get more people to subscribe because the conversion is higher, and then you have even more people who will start promoting your website. So it just goes faster as the higher the conversion is. I'm not sure whether I'm making any sense. Like I said, I'm not a native English speaker, but I'm doing my best here.
It makes sense. It makes sense. It's just leveraging. You know, it's like if you think about leveraging point, the £5 weight, if you're leveraging right, is going to equal to 50 pounds. Now you have 40 pound weight, if you're leveraging right, it's going to become 400 pounds. So it's the same. It's the same concept there. So so what he's saying is that the squeeze page has a high conversion rate than the regular opt-in, between 5-10% to 40%. So you're going to have more weight in a sense. So when you start with more weight and then you leverage it right, it grows exponentially. So that's what basically he's trying to explain here. So yeah. So what is the what is the price point for the front end OTO, and how long would this offer last? Is it going to close down in 7 days, or is it going to open forever? Or what's your plan with this?
Yeah, well, it's oh, hold on, my computer is doing something funny. Yeah, we have, first off, we have 2 licenses, so you can either choose whether you want to have it just on one single website. Then it will cost $17. And if you want to have it on all your websites, or you want to use it later on at another website as well, then you might be better off with the unlimited license, because you can use it at all your websites. And that will start at $27. Okay. So yeah, like I said, $17 for one website and $27, and then you get it at all your websites that you have. And Viral Squeeze, you want me to continue? Yeah, sure. So Viral Squeeze will be starting at $37 for the whole package, which will include everything that you need to create the Viral Squeeze pages. And then we actually have one more offer at the end, because for me, getting emails on board was only part of the magic, part of the work, and then I still needed to make sure that I treated my list nicely. And like you said, you need to try things to make it work. And I like to also to ask people advice. And I actually found 2 people that were really good at managing lists and to get people really involved and to really have a connection with your list, trying to make the most money about it. And those 2 people were Neil and Norma. Maybe you know them. They're really good copywriters in the internet marketing space. So I contacted them and I asked them whether they want to write and create videos as an offer, as an extra guide, in order to not only to get emails on your list, but to make sure that, for one, you have a really good connection. Secondly, you're making more money from your list, and also to combine it with the Viral Optins and Viral Squeeze plugin to make sure that they will actually go out of the way and even promote it more by you leveraging the connection that you have with your list, so that it will be even more likely to promote your website for you. So yeah, like I said, I asked Neil and Norma to create it, and they thought about it and they said yes, which was awesome. So they created a guide with a video and text, and that will be sold for $47.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds great. And I think I got everything I need to ask you here today. Do you have any final words before we leave here today?
Well, actually, no, not really. I'm glad to be in the interview, and I'm really excited to show this to the world, because as far as I know, I asked around, but even a lot of the more famous internet marketers, they never use this technique, and I'm like, what is it really? But I'm the first one to discover how powerful it is. So yeah, I'm really excited to share this and to make sure that more people can use this to their advantage.
Okay, all right, sounds great. And Wilco, and thank you so much for spending that time with us today and share some awesome content on list building, and especially this new technique you personally tested. And for those who are still watching, I am gonna offer you some awesome bonus for this. And also stay tuned, watch a demo video that we have set up for you, so you know how this plugin works and how it's going to really benefit you. So Wilco, and I'll be talking to you soon.
Thanks. See you later.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey there! In this video I want to take a couple of minutes to explain to you, to show to you how Viral Optins actually works and how it will help you to drive more traffic and to build your email list. So once you install Viral Optins inside your WordPress installation, you'll notice you have a couple of new menu options here on the left hand side, which are registration, opt-in boxes, the viral pop-up, statistics, mailing list, settings, and the theme uploader. And in this video I will go through each of these pages to show you how it all looks like and what sort of things you can actually do with this plugin. So this page, the registration page, you'll only use once after your purchase, so you can enter your license. So we'll skip it and go to the opt-in boxes. And this page is where you can create all sorts of opt-in boxes at your website. So whether you want to have a sidebar or a pop-up or an opt-in box below your content or maybe even inside a post, it's all possible. You can turn them on and off really easily, and you can easily create new opt-in boxes by clicking here. You can enter an opt-in box name, description. You can select any of the templates that we included. Some have a preset amount of coloring, while others have custom coloring, so you can decide for yourself. And all of these are professionally designed. So yeah, I think they're really awesome. So, but if they're not, if you prefer another style and none of these templates are for you exactly, which I think they will, but if you have something else, you can always create custom themes and upload them right into the plugin and use them as well. So that's a good thing. You can enter all the settings that you want here, the title, description, etc., etc. And you can decide where to show that pop-up, that opt-in form. So maybe you want it at the bottom of each post, at the top of each post, or using a shortcode, and that way you can put it in every post or everywhere where you want it on your WordPress website. You can use it as a pop-up or even as a widget, so you can implement it into your sidebar or in any other WordPress plugin. So for example, if we select as a pop-up, you can even decide where to show it. So everywhere, or maybe just on specific pages where you want them to be shown. So these are just a few examples of how you can create opt-in boxes, and this is everything that you'll need from a list building plugin. It's great, but as you know, it's only part of the magic, because this right here is what most list building plugins do. They let you create awesome opt-in forms, but after someone signs up, that's it. There's nothing extra. There's nothing that will drive more traffic to your website, and that's where Viral Optins comes in, because it creates a viral pop-up. So let me just show you the demo that I just set up. It's a real simple demo. This is an example of a pop-up. Here's I just closed it. Here's an sidebar opt-in, for example. And let me just enter test at just to show you what it actually does. So I just signed up, and now I see here the viral pop-up, and everything in here is highly customizable. What you can do here is you can promise your audience or your subscribers something they want to have. So you can offer them an ebook or a special giveaway or a video or something that they really want to have. But in order to get it, they need to refer an X amount of people. So they'll get a unique promotion URL, as you can see right here. And every subscriber gets their own unique promotion URL, so you can actually see how many people they referred. And only if they refer an X amount of people, then they'll get auto access to whatever you have to offer. So let's go back to the WordPress admin area, and I'll go to Viral Pop-up, which is where we can configure this opt-in box, the Viral Pop-up box. You can select the template right here at the top. You can configure all the text that you want, so you can describe what you will be offering and how they will be able to get it. You can decide on which social networks you want them to post it. You can enter a demo tweet, for example. You can decide how the statistics will be shown if they want to see how many people they referred. And here you can select how many people they need to refer. So for example, 5 or maybe 50 or 3, that's up to you, and you can then decide whether you want to track subscribers. So people they refer actually need to opt in to your email list, or that it's good enough to have people to visit your website. So if you would track visitors, I would recommend to enter a higher number. But if you're tracking subscribers, I would recommend you to take a lower number, like 5 or 8 or 10. You can then select which page they'll be forwarded to once they have enough subscribers. So you can have your own WordPress page here. I selected the page called Secret Content, but you can also just enter a custom URL to your zip file or some other freebie that you have to offer. And in this part, you can enter an email that will be sent out immediately if they have enough referrals. So for example, they post their link on Facebook, on Twitter, etc., and after a day or so, or a couple of hours, enough people have subscribed through their referral URL, through their promotion URL, and then they will get this email in which you can include a link to your freebie as well. So that's it for the viral pop-up. In the statistics page, you'll see all the statistics that you want. In this particular example, I'm just set up a new demo which doesn't have any statistics yet, but yeah, it will show everything. You can see exactly for how many referrals you got through each particular opt-in form, as well as how many of those were actually referred by by a promotion URL. You can see all the unique email addresses and how many people, how many referrals they all have, etc., etc. In the mailing list settings, that's where you can enter, where you can connect viral opt-ins to your mailing list providers, for example, MailChimp or Aweber, GetResponse, iContact, Consent Contact, or Campaign Monitor. But if you have any other, just copy paste the HTML code in here, and it should work all fine. So that's awesome as well. In the settings, we have a couple of basic settings, such as the emails that will be sent out from which name or which email address. And we also have the notification bar. And let me just turn it on real quick. And let me just reload this page. Oops, close that one. Sorry. And for everyone that already subscribed to your page, but they don't have enough referrals yet, they'll get a reminder at the top of your page telling them, well, did you get our ebook or our video yet? Invite 5 more people to get instant access, and this number will actually be updated so they actually know how many more people they need to refer to get access to your freebie. And if they click it, they'll see the viral pop-up once again. So they can again tweet it and share it on Facebook, copy paste the URL and promote it wherever they can or wherever they want to. So that's a really powerful feature to remind them if they only need a couple more referrals, to remind them to spread the word once again instead of just posting it once. And finally, we got a theme uploader, which is a more advanced feature where you can actually upload your own designs for both the viral opt-in, viral pop-up, as well as the opt-in forms itself. So, well, yeah, that's basically the back end of this plugin. There's a whole bunch more coming up. We're still making good progress in developing and building this plugin to an even bigger project. So all feedback is highly appreciated. If you have anything that you'd like to add, a feature or a mailing list provider, etc., just send us a message and we'll do our best to have it inside Viral Optins as fast as possible. I hope I see you on the other side.